It's going good. I did not expect to stream, but here I am. I forgot to put on the background music. That is something. Oh, I kept it open from last night. Good. Let me make sure everything's good on this end. Yep. How's it going with you, Comatose? I'm thinking about getting like a PC, I have a PC, obviously. Getting a laptop, so when I'm at work, when I'm sitting in the grain cart not doing much, I can like try to work on thumbnails or something. I just got like an alternative to Adobe Photoshop. Hopefully, I can actually mess with it at some point, but use the laptop for like photo editing, some video editing, that kind of stuff. That's fine. I want to at least finish up the Shield Mini, the shielded. I forget what his title technically is. The shielded one from Death Watch, the Size of the Emperor guy that I have. I at least want to get this mini done tonight. So I didn't originally plan on streaming, so it won't be a long stream, but we'll at least have a new mini on the starting soon screen. We'll get those two out of there and get this one up in there. Clean my brushes. I'm gonna also, I think Thursday, I'm gonna start doing test prints of the giveaway for the anniversary stream, or the anniversary of the YouTube channel. It is Death Watch Titus. It's not Ultramarines Titus. It's Black Shield Death Watch Titus. So I wanna, obviously, I'm gonna print a regular sized version of him, so I can use him as a sergeant instead of, what is it? It's not the Xenos Blade guy. There's an actual Death Watch sergeant. And I'll use him instead of the Death Watch sergeant sometimes, just to have something a little bit different. Let me clean these brushes. And son of a bitch. And I have to check something real quick. Give me like a minute. Put the airbrush and don't see. I didn't know it was there. Thank you. You can kill that light. Alright, I'm back. So I plan on doing the Necrons the same color as the Devastators. Yeah, that's my paint scheme. Different classes have different color schemes, so those are destroyers. I don't know my Necrons that well. Like my warriors are all rusted. Anything that's supposed to be like royalty is gold and silver. Or is it bronze? It's a light bronze. It's not gold. It's a light bronze and silver. And I mean, I kind of incorporate match, like, it's usually a two-tone pattern and the weapons are always like the same color. And then actually today I just ordered a whitewash to do on the weapons, so all the like little black lining pieces, those will be white instead. Hopefully it's going to turn out like that. That's my plan. And then there's going to be spots of white, kind of like how they do with the dark green going into black in some areas. That's kind of my hopes. I don't know how it'll work out. We'll We'll just have to see. So let me go ahead and get the actual rest of this stuff ready, and then we can start finishing this dude up. There's really not a huge amount that I need to touch up on this mini. I need to go ahead. Where is... Hold on, let me see if I can put stuff. How's it going, Vale? There's chat. Hold on. Okay, let me throw you guys up on screen. On my OBS. Oh, Eternal's here. And everyone's showing up today. For a surprise, didn't know I was gonna stream. Am I doing? I'm doing good. Stream yesterday was a lot of fun. There are new. I did set up Streamlabs. We do have some alerts. One is a jump scare, and it is $5. Then the other one's like a scare from my childhood. I swear to God, if I hit myself with it again, okay. I've scared myself before. I'm gonna simulate the one. The other one, the jump scare, is gonna just have to be a surprise for everyone. Let's see. So for those who weren't here, this is the one. And this used to fucking scare the shit out of me when I was a child. Oh, yeah. I almost got all of my Necrons done. I still got, before the kill team showed up, I still had one of those. I've still got one of those that is halfway painted. I'll probably work on him off stream. I've got the gigantic Lord to still paint, and I've got the Reanimator to still paint. So, yeah, nope, it's... I mean, slowly but surely, I'm working my way through them. I was actually looking at laptops so I could do some video editing and some thumbnail design stuff while I'm working. Because when I'm sitting in the tractor and I don't have much to do, like when we're cutting beans, I'm sitting for like 90% of the time. I figured I could go ahead and work on that stuff. Okay, so here is, for you guys who weren't here the other day, here is how the Death Watch is going. This shield, oh my god, this shield has turned out fantastic. Better than I ever expected. If you are going to do anything Death Watch, and this includes like the shoulder pad, focus on it, camera, you can actually see the lettering. This stuff is necessary. Oh my god, like I fucked up my shield initially and I just rubbed a bunch of this all over it. It fixed it. This is magic in a bottle. And the lid's not all the way down. I almost spilled it. But that, and the other thing I was working on in the tractor is I'm working on my Angron voice, and I'm talking regular Angron, not Demon Angron. I have a Demon Angron voice. It's a voice I've done since I was a child. And I want to do his Courage and Honor speech. Like, I want to do a part of his Courage and Honor speech. I don't know if it's going to be the part where he, like, loses his mind, or if it's the part before where he talks about how Gilliman was thrown onto an actual planet while he was a slave. So it's been kind of hard. Which one? The demon one? The demon one's easy. The demon one, like I said, I've been able to do since I was a child. So the regular Angron one is more like the normal voice, but like from the book. But Demon Angron, hold on, let me get a little closer to my mic so I know this will pick up. So Demon Angron would sound more like this. Now that kills my fucking voice to do it, but if I gotta do it for like a quick little bit, I've got to find a Demon Angron quote, and I don't know if there's one when they're attacking Terra. So there's that, and then like my regular Angron is oh, hold on, let me pull up the quote. Let me pull up a quote, because I'm gonna think about how to do it before I actually, like, I gotta read the words. Oh, fuck off. Give me like some small tippet, please. Oh, you're a giant pain in my ass. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to ruin my voice tonight. I've been, like I said, I've been practicing. Okay. See, this is what makes me feel better about myself and shit. Doing this goofy stuff. Hold on. The biggest problem is going to be trying to record this without laughing. What would you know of struggle, perfect son? That's all I'm gonna do because I can't keep it perfect yet. So I'm gonna do more practice on it. But like that's either gonna be a quote where it's what would you know of struggle, perfect son, when you have fought against the mutilation of your mind, or it's gonna be that quote, or it's gonna be courage and honor, courage and honor. Honor is blah 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 blah, then continuing the rest of the quote. So hey, I like the voice the Audible guy does, but I cannot do that voice. I'm not good at doing voices. I could do Demon Angron voice, like I said. So when he's like, doesn't he like offer them surrender at the at one of the gates on Earth? Doesn't he like be like, you can choose to surrender, but don't because I'll kill you anyways? Am I wrong in saying that? Doesn't like Demon Angron give a speech? I absolutely can be wrong. Also, I got more Lead Belcher paint finally on the way. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tara. I'm sorry. All right. Paper towel. I got everything I need. Is that not a speech that he has? Like, because it's a huge irony because they sent Angron to be like, do it. You tell them to give up. And it's just a huge irony piece. Oh shit, I don't even see OBS. Let me make sure I'm on screen. All right. We'll do some of the mace bits tonight. I mean, the mace isn't that hard to paint. Face the wall. No. I'm sorry, I don't always say the Latin word for earth. Dude, I tell you what, I'm getting real sick and tired of it being 90 fucking degrees every day. I want it to be fall, for Christ's sake. I want cold weather so fucking bad. I want it to be at least like 50 degrees. 90 degrees every day? I don't want to get out of the tractor and immediately sweat. I'm not a small guy, but I don't sweat naturally standing and doing nothing. When it is 91 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm dripping. Oh, in Alabama. Oh, hold on. I've got to scale to window. Okay. I think the perfect voice from the Fulgrim book. See, that's why I like the guy who does the voice, but I'm not going to use that for a handful of reasons. Copyright is an actual thing for audiobooks, and I've dealt with copyright once on this channel, and it was more of a, hey, you got to pay to use this song or whatever. It was like background music for my first 2 shorts, and I'm all like, fuck that. And then just, I think I want to say I pulled some music from a place that's like, yeah, use our music, it's fine. Dark Angel audiobooks. Who's the guy who does Betrayer? Oh, do I want that to be silver? Oh, I don't know. I want this part to be silver, that's for sure. Or not silver, gunmetal. There is a difference somehow. Actually, huh? This is a bit darker. Lead Belcher's a bit darker than the silver I use. And that's even after darkening it. Now, I will say, I will have to go back maybe and hit some, yeah, like that spot, that got completely covered up by black. So I will have to go back and touch up spots later. But the latest I'm streaming tonight is until 11, and I doubt I stream that late. If I stream that late, I'm having fun, and I'm like not super focused on like waking up for work early in the morning. God, it needs to rain. For the love of Christ. It needs to fucking rain. If it rains, I can take a day off. At least for my main job. I'll paint. If it rains, I'm painting minis. I don't know for how long at a time, but I'm gonna paint them for as long as I can. I need my red. Because I want to do a red handle for this. Let me see if I've got it over here on my desk. I do not. That's corn red. Do I want to do corn red? I will do burnt red. I don't think I've actually used this color that much. I want to get my kill team done more than anything, really. I've still got to prime a bunch of these. I don't think that one dude's here. There was the short that I put out where I'm like, oh yeah, paint and kill team's easy. You just like base it black and then you do the details. And that guy just like laughed my ass off. You just paint it black and do the details. And I'm like, yeah, it's not like Chaos Trim. It's not the horrors of Chaos Trim. That dude acted like it was a hard time to paint details. Like literally, it's just paint a pouch, paint eyes, and if you want to change that to be silver, change that. Paint his weapon, paint his shield, paint this pouch, paint that there. Do these, hit that, and if you want to do some silver here, here, do like a red button over here, a blue button over here, mini's done. So it's really not super complicated. But then again, if they want to do edge highlighting and shit, yeah, you're gonna spend hours upon hours, no matter what your paint scheme or anything. You're gonna spend so much time on it. I put a touch too much on there. That is a very bright red. Hey, I mean, I've heard some people have given me advice on painting trim, on painting Chaos Trim specifically. Just airbrush your mini in the trim color and like do the rest the regular way. Like paint, do all your trim. Oh, wait, hold on. I know I got a world eater. So they said airbrush your mini in your trim color. And I also have a new lighting setup that'll be here Thursday. So hopefully that'll help this a lot easier. And then afterwards, you just paint the insides of the trim. And I'm like, that sounds like hell. Why would I do it that way? That sounds like pure hell. Because I could not keep it from jumping off the trim. There's no way I could keep it inside that line. So no, I'm going to continue to work on my Angron voice. And more than likely, I'm going to do it on like a Saturday when I don't stream. Because I know when I do it, I'm probably going to throw out my voice. Because I'm gonna fully commit to it. So like when he's spouting courage and honor and like losing his mind to the nails, I'm gonna like really go for it. The chaos vehicle trim could be used as a form of torture. See, that's the great thing about world eaters. I don't have vehicles. Okay, so that is done. We'll do gold here and here. We'll hit one of those with a touch of, ow, with a touch of silver. I know there's a lot of silver and stuff. Okay, he doesn't have an Aquila. Good, good, good. Okay, so it's gonna be eyes. Yeah, we're finishing this mini tonight. We're not stopping until this mini's done. And then I'm gonna touch up some black spots. Although I will say, if you wanted to have like a gray edge highlighting, if you paint it in black with this base coat and you got some rub down spots like on his knees and stuff, it kind of looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna leave it like that, but like with his boots where it's all worn down and like, and this is what I've talked about with doing my oh my goodness, how did I forget? My Death Corpse of Krieg. I create natural wear spots by the way I hold the mini, and I like the way it looks. It makes it look more broke in, like it's been lived in. Oh, of course that gold dried. Ooh, which gold did I use? Oh, it's right here. Good. But no, these minis aren't really that bad. I've painted worse. I've painted some ultramarines that were like twice as bad as this. I want a better brush than this. There we go. That's way better. I might leave that little hose black. But I will say, so far the easiest thing painting wise, and I haven't even finished it yet, has been my Death Watch minis. Because really, like I said, you just paint it, you base it black, and 90% of the work's done. Ultramarines aren't bad. Homebrew chapter, your color scheme can be as painful as you want it to be and as easy as you want it to be. Like I don't see how people do the like 4-part color scheme where it's like a leg's one color, a leg's another color, an arm's another color, and arm's another, or like it's not even that. Or like the split in half color schemes. Those are fucking wild, and I don't understand why people are like, yeah, you know what? I want to like choose one of the hardest color schemes to do. Like, what is it? Is it Nova Marines are split in half on the paint side? I can't remember. Come on. So, I know tomorrow after work, if I'm late on stream again, well, not late on stream, but late to stream tomorrow, I might just take the day to learn the new software, the new photo editing software, and I might work on a thumbnail for oh my gosh, my brain's not working, for live streams instead of whatever the hell it is right now. I think it's just my logo. What color do I want to do it as? Okay, don't need that anymore. This should all be good to pay. Done. Oh, here it is. My reference photo. Where is it? I will say I do want to get that upgrade sprue more than I want to get the Ultramarines kill team. And the only reason I want to get the upgrade sprue is because I think it would be really nice to have, and like just use it on minis that are already built, paint it. Like, although I'm bummed out about one thing, they switched this helmet, and this is the helmet I've used for all my Blade Guard my Blade Guard captains, my Blade Guard sergeants, and I'm bummed out that they switched it to like a Primarisified helmet, because that means I've got to get one more of these, or I've got to switch them all to Primaris. You think another thing for homebrew chapters is that you really don't have a lot of similar bits and bobs that are natural to any faction. Yeah, that's absolutely true. That's the reason why I have a 3D printer, and why, like, my current 3D printer, its print plate was super wobbly, so it would screw up prints all the time. So I just ordered a print plate for it today, and I'm gonna use it on a lot of smaller bits and see how Titus turns out, Deathwatch Titus. And then afterwards, I'm going to just start, like, well, I'm not going to use that one for much longer, hopefully. Hopefully I can upgrade it and get a better quality one. Because I don't care at what speed my 3D printer prints at. It could take all fucking day for, like, a mini this big. I don't care. But if it's great quality, that's the important thing. Hell yeah, man. I want to get a knight so bad, but it's big and it's scary. That's a big project. Where the fuck is this reference photo? Of course they don't have. Oh, that's not a Thunderhammer. Why did I think that was a Thunderhammer? You know what wouldn't surprise me? If they all of a sudden come out with a Death Watch Combat Patrol. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, let me zoom in on this. Okay, that's official box artwork. We'll do copper. Hound Pack Lance box. So is that... I'll just Google it. I'm not going to ask the question. I'll Google it and find it out for myself. I don't remember if that's one with, like, a bunch of the armigers. Oh, yeah. War dogs. That's what they're called. Hell yeah. That is a lot of work. But can't you bring, like, cultists? Can't you bring chaos cultists with those? Copper is what I'm looking for. Where's my copper? There it is. Because isn't it like Imperial Knights don't get access to anything that's like infantry, but Chaos Knights does? Technically, I don't know if it's I don't know if it's like an allied unit thing or if they actually have cultists. Yes, they are. I will say those are actually. I've thought about getting knights, and I've thought about getting war dogs or warhounds. Yeah, see, that's... I don't see why you can't, like, take... Not necessarily Imperial Guard, but Mechanicus at least. As loyalists. Okay, I'm wrong. I can be incorrect. My statement was incorrect, and you clearly know your stuff. Oh yeah, I'm using copper. I was about to say I did not dip it in gold earlier by accident. This makes me want to paint Black Templars too. And I was this close from getting a Black Templar Combat Patrol. Oh, which reminds me. So I put a post out about the Combat Patrol when I found out about it. I'm getting kind of sick of GW just putting out Combat Patrols. Because I opened my big mouth and said, oh, I'm going to do a Combat Patrol shelf. I've got the little... It's not a little poster. I've got the poster from the magazine, that subscription that I canceled. And... because they literally lied to my face about it. About something. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm not going to continue to buy your magazine. So I was just all like... I don't mind them doing combat patrols for other things, but I don't want to have to do 8 fucking combat patrols of Space Marines. Ah, I do as well. I also listen to, I apparently don't know how to fucking speak English today. I also listen to a lot of Warhammer. I'm about to do a tier list of what's easy to paint versus like the one. Oh shit! Hold on. I needed to actually have that. Are Scythes of the Emperor orange or are they yellow? I want to say I've seen people paint them up both ways. That's not my reference photo. Heraldry, yes. I see it as yellow. Alright, yellow it is. I'm gonna do that right now, that way I get it done. Hey, at least I don't have to paint the pauldron. It's a black on black with a yellow. Okay. Let me borrow my light that I use for lighting. And close this out in front of me. Let's hope this is the best color for it. I don't know if I have another yellow, honestly. I've got an orange that works, but they're yellow. For some reason, I was thinking they were orange. Oh god. Yeah, yellow sucks. Yellow sucks. This is the first time I've used yellow on anything. Where's my tiny brush? You know what? I saw this and I want to try it. I heard if you use orange as a base, the yellow comes out way better. So I'm going to throw some orange on there because I know orange and black will go better together than yellow and black will. Like, on the initial paint. Yeah, see, I only got to do one layer of orange. And then afterwards I can go over it with yellow. I think it... I want to say the people that figured this out were Imperial Fist painters. Oh, so the other part about having all of those combat patrols for Space Marines, other than having to paint like 8 Space Marine combat patrols, is I want to do the like successor chapters instead of the home chapters for the combat patrols. All right, Comatose, I will see you in the next stream and or video, and you have a good night, man. You take care. I'm gonna finish this mini tonight. That's my main goal. And I just completely whiffed it. I whiffed it again. That's fine. Fine. Oh, why am I fucking it up now? I'm falling apart in front of your eyes. I will say, I'm kind of glad that none of the, I didn't pick any super complex shoulders to put on. I left 2 blank. That's one of the blanks. This is one of the blanks. Iron hands, that's not complicated. Minotaurs, red scorpions, raptors, space wolf successor, and a blank. So there's 3 blanks that I can use transfer sheets for. One will be an Imperial Fist, one will be a Doom Eagle, and the other one will be a test bed for trying to actually get these to work properly. So I need to practice a lot more with those. Okay, so that's all that done. I'm gonna touch up a little bit of lead belcher on that. Touch up a black spot. I'm gonna touch those up right now, but I need some fresh black paint. Where's my black paint? And we'll need some blood for the blood god a little bit later, but we're gonna touch that up. Touch up some of these rub down spots. Now, this is, like I said, this is how I would like to do my highlights. If I were gonna do highlights, I would just like rub my fingers on the spots that would pop out. So anything that's like here on the back of his leg, that's gonna get repainted. Like the tops of his knee guards and everything like that, that's the stuff I would rather have rubbed down. And because a gray edge would look a bit better, but it can't be like too gray. Like a very dark gray edge, just a very simple tiny sliver like this knee. That's like perfect edge highlighting to me that is. I do not do edge highlighting on my minis for multiple reasons, and one is I cannot hold a brush that steady. Some people would disagree with that statement, but they've never tried to actually see me do any edge highlighting. It's not good. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Touch up his hand. I'm going to grab touch of blue. See, I think edge highlighting is only popular because it's on box art. And I'll fight people saying that it's not. Like, edge highlighting is cool because it's cool. No, you only like it because it's on box art minis. Let me double check that statement. Let me double check it. I'm like 90% sure they edge highlight the shit out of every mini on box art. Yes, they do it on box art minis. They do it all over their box art minis. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not gonna sit there and spend another 4 hours on edge highlighting. I'm not. I'm just not. And I will say dry brushing's probably better, but I need to learn how to actually do it proper. Because it's here somewhere. I've got to actually, I have a dry brush palette that I need to just sit down and practice with, because I cannot dry brush for shit. It's either I have too much paint or I'm going too hard, and I'm not. I won't say I'm not ready to look up a video on how to do it, but I want to try to figure it out before I'm like, all right, you know what, I give up. I'm just gonna look up a video on it. It's either I'm going too hard or there's too much paint on my brush, or I just need to use a dry palette for it instead of a wet one. But I've seen people do dry brushing with a wet palette before, so I don't necessarily know what it is that I'm screwing up, because there is a lot of terrain pieces that I need to figure out how to dry brush. Otherwise, life's gonna become hell for a bit. Can't you also dry brush highlights on as well? There, average hobbyist. I think I've heard people talk about doing that instead. It's like the cheaty, easy way of doing edge highlighting is dry brush them on. I can't remember where I heard that from. I will say it's kind of nice to not be jump scared today. Okay, so I'm gonna let that stuff dry. I need to paint. I just need to paint one thing, so let me actually grab the brush I used. Oh, that's what I use this color for. I use this color for my wax, little wax things. Is that actually a prayer? Yes. Why does that look like shit? Hold on. Camera focus. That prayer seal, like the wax skull part, kind of looks like crap. It would also help if I don't overpaint it. Yeah. That's the other reason why I kind of want to like learn dry brushing, is so I could also just dry brush the shit out of all the buildings and terrain that I have to do. I wonder if it would almost be better to do it with a makeup brush instead. It'd probably be cheaper. Then get some like... Well, I already have acetone. Get some acetone and then clean the brush with that. Should take all the paint out of it. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so I got just the backpack. The power pack. I don't know why I keep calling it a fucking backpack. I know it's not a backpack. The power pack. This is a Size of the Emperor, so I'm not gonna mess with... I'm not gonna put a Size of the Emperor on the back of him. But I do need to touch up more of the brown. Oh god, why is there so many rub down spots on this mini? And I missed a spot of gold. Hey, I still don't understand how that dude was all like, oh yeah, just painting it like I described. Base painting it black is 90% of the work done. As somebody who base paints like ultramarines black to start with, yeah, doing 90% of the blue is the biggest pain in the ass of it. That's the worst part about it. Alright, I've got my mini base painted. Let me repaint the whole fucking thing. Alright, so is that bent? Okay, I did bend that. That is gonna be lead belcher. That is too much lead belcher. thin it down just a touch, take off the excess. I know red eyes works the best, and I usually like to use blood for the blood god for that. So let me make sure I actually grab blood for the blood god and not corn red. That is corn red. That is a wash. This is blood for the blood god. So I like to do my eye lenses and any like robo eyes or such is blood for the blood god. It's brighter, it shines more than that. So let me double check everything else, make sure everything else is looking good. I still need to go back and hit that silver. Let me do the silver touch-ups right now. Maybe after I get some fresh paint down. Because using the panel line color to fill this in, fill all like the lettering behind it in, using that panel line color will stain some of the silver. So I knew that going in. I will tell you it's better than using oil paints. Oh, see, that's like 1,000 times brighter. See if I can get away with brightening up some of these letters. Okay. Really thin it out before I go onto it. Yeah, see that? That looks so good. It looks the exact same with you guys because you guys have a light directly pointed at it. I see it from a touch of a different angle, and so I can see like these dark spots in it. And while if it wasn't silver, if it was regular gunmetal, I'd have no problem having these dark spots in it. But I like the silver motif that they got going on. And I've only painted like, how many of these shields have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my 10th shield I've done. So I kind of have the idea and such of how these are, how I want them to be painted. I've got that idea planted in my head pretty good. How's that look on camera? Okay, you can see 90% of the letters, which is what my main goal is. Awesome. Touch up the sides. The back don't need it much. This is all where it pooled. The only other bad thing about using that panel line accent color is the first drop I put on here just filled the whole fucking shield in, and I was like, oh no! I was immediately regretting my choices, because I'm all like, I just ruined the shield. It's gonna be all black. I quickly grabbed a paper towel and dabbed the excess out, and for the most part, that's how it turned out. Okay, the top, and then the shield's 100% done. I'm more or less just touching stuff up so I can give that time, and I can figure out a couple other spots to touch up while I keep just looking over stuff. dried down, and I immediately need to touch up the spot I spilled over on. Perfect. Alright, time for eyeballs. Time for the tiny brush again. Now, usually I have these based white before I go with this color, so it'll be interesting to see what black will do. So we'll first hit the lens back here. Okay. Black and red looks powered down, so... Oh, I'd really hate to do it with white. Let's try corn red first. And then go over it with the other color afterwards. Okay, that was perfect. I'm not gonna be able to do that a second time. I immediately perfectly colored that eye in. God damn it. Why is that the one time when I'm all like, ah, if it spills out, it spills out. I do it perfectly. That's another fucking perfect eye. I'm not that good of a painter. I haven't even done it for a full year yet. My phone reminded me. It gave me like a memory of pictures the other day, and it was pictures of, actually it wasn't the other day, it was this morning, and it was pictures of me building my first minis, my ultramarines. And I thought, oh yes, it hasn't even been a year yet. Look at how far I've come. And not even a full year. Alright. I don't think I'm a great printer. I don't think I'm great at speaking English either. I don't think I am a great painter. But I enjoy doing this. As I always stated, whether I stream it or not, I'm gonna paint the mini. See, I like that a lot more. The yellow looks a bit darker, has a tinge of orangish to it. Those Imperial Fist guys, they might not be as dumb as we think. Build a wall, ho ho ho. They're not all construction workers. Oh god. Oh, I forgot to do. Ah, that's fine. I'll add it in. I was gonna add days without incident due to jump scare, and I was gonna add a 1, because none of the jump scares from yesterday's stream, like, actually messed up my painting, which is the reason why I put them in as a notification, was to like give you guys an opportunity to mess with me a little bit. And I know the first one that somebody did to me, it scared the fuck out of me. But it did not fuck up the mini, surprisingly. Okay. Let that dry. And we'll touch up later. Ah! What else do I have to paint? Oh, I've still got to paint the prayer. Just a touch of bone white. I'll use a finer tipped brush. I don't need to use a tiny one. I still can't believe that they only have a white wash for vehicles. That's... I almost thought, like, Leviathan Medium would almost work as a white wash, because it has a tinge of color to it, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? It's not gonna work for shit. It's almost like the equivalent of grayish water. It looks like it has a tinge of color, but it does not. The only thing I don't know about is how, like, how they make these look yellow. I don't understand what they're doing there. It's a wash of some sort that I don't have, and I know that's how they do it, but it's just like, come on, I want to figure it out. All right, we'll do the highlighting on these, or we'll just fill it in. That works too. The other sides in. I'm going to fill these in silver. And now we're actually going to do the edges around this. Come on, focus. Perfect. I'm so surprised that that actually worked out well. I've tried to do this like several different times and it never wants to go as good as that. Look at that, another perfect one. Okay, so that's all that. And then I wanted to hit these little antennae. Oh, Deathwatch Titus, the mini that I have for it is, not the mini, the STL file I have for it. He is also a black shield, so I will not have to paint that that Ultramarine logo, and I'm so happy about it. Yeah, I thought I spilled over. That's not a dry brush. There we go. I still had water in it. It would have spilled all over the place and I would have been mad. There we go. Man, he's coming along together really nicely. Now we got to do the Angrax Earthshade on all the leather. And then after that, we can hit the eyes with Blood for the Blood God. And then that's a mini done. Oh, I've got to touch up the shoulder pad. And then it's a mini done. All right, let me stretch my legs out for a second. I tell you what, I got out of the tractor today, and almost every joint in my right my right ankle up to my like hip popped, and every joint in my left leg all the way up to my hip popped. And I thought, I really hope this isn't like me getting old. Let's see. Where is my Earthshade? That's rust. That's tan. Is this my Earthshade? Yes. I'm like 25% sure this is my Earthshade. Yes, it's my Earthshade. I only need like a drop. A bigger brush. I forgot to shake it before I started using it. Oh well. Gonna turn out good no matter what, I bet. That is not Earthshade. I almost just grabbed a bunch of black paint. That would have been miserable. Got a bit of extra. Let me throw some on over here. else. Oh, I still need this side. Don't forget, drop the mini. Always got to remember. That spot. Get that spot. Get this one done. Yeah, see, these are easy. I don't know what that dude was making fun of me for. Well, he wasn't actually making fun of me. He's gonna just laugh in the fact that I said, oh, just paint the details. I mean, I'm not wrong. Yeah, once you just paint it, base it black, paint the weapons, paint the details in, and your mini's done. It was Iron Warriors that used to also be painted black, wasn't it? Like old, what is it, Heresy paint schemes? Iron Warriors are black? Or not Iron Warriors, Iron Hands. That's all that. And we'll do some Angrax Search hit on this as well. To bring out those lines in the mini. Perfect. Blood for the Blood God for the last final touches. Other than going over a couple spots with black, that is way too much paint. And I doubt that brush is dry. Dark Angels were black. That's what it was. It was not... Dark Angels were the ones I thought of. It was not the Iron Hands. Because it's so weird to me that, like, everybody had a different color scheme. Well, not everybody. Obviously, all the Trader Primarchs had a different color scheme. Except for Iron Warriors. When they, like... said, fuck you to the Emperor. And Iron Warriors... and Word Bearers, I believe, are the only two chapters that stayed the same. Like, they didn't change any of their paint scheme. Alright. Paint these eyes real quick. Have a touch more bit of paint. That one's good. There we go. Night Lords? Ah. For real? I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep painting after this one. Part of me wants to keep painting. What time is it? Let me see what time it is for me. It is 10:13. I will not keep painting after this one. I'm going to touch up more of the black parts of the armor, and then this mini's gonna pretty much be done. Oh, I've still got to base him. I guess I'll base him too tonight. After I base him, we'll call it a night. Alright, so I can go ahead. Oh. Actually, let me do the shoulder pad first. Let me make sure it's centered in my screen. Average Hobbyist, you said you did some edge highlighting for your sister for a video? What, did she make YouTube videos for you or something? Or do you just not do it? And she's like, oh, I want to do this. And you just did a bunch of edge highlighting work with her. Alright. Touch up one more little spot. Touch that up. Touch up with the yellow. Let me make sure the brush is actually dry. Oh, wait. Is that supposed to be like that? Oh, that's supposed to be like that. I'm just dumb. Alright, hold on. I'm changing this fucking... I'm skipping ahead in the song. I don't even know what part of Graveyard Keeper that is. Again, I gotta keep this on the center of the camera. God, I really wish I could just find software, because this camera's supposed to track. So if I could find the software to make it so it could track the Mini, that'd be so nice to have. I would almost pay money. Well, I would pay money for that software. There's no almost about it. I would absolutely pay cash money for that. Oh, for your video. Oh, a sister of battle. I'm all like, your sister makes YouTube videos and you don't, and your name is The Average Hobbyist? Okay. A little weird, but alright, you do you, man. You meant sister of battle. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. You know what? He's fine. I need to find the bases for these minis. Should still be in the box. Your sister. Oh, goodness. Alright. I'm gonna guess the ones that are all the same are the Space Marines. Why are there push to fit? Oh, that's for Necron Warriors. I was gonna say, why are there push to fit many things in here? Alright. Get the crunchies out of the way. Where's my box of... There they are. It's my box of bases. See, I have all the bases for all of my minis in here. Oh. Let's see. Where's the booklet? Is this the instruction booklet? No, it is not. Oh, fuck. What did I do with that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's no way I misplaced it. Oh, it's actually still on my table. Hold on. I'll go grab it. Yeah, that's the camera I have, man. Oh, fuck. No, I'm pretty sure it's the Link 2. Hold on. I can tell you in a half a second here. It's labeled as the good camera. Yeah. Oh, well. I have to use it through the app. Otherwise, it does that. So it like face tracks, but it won't lock onto a Mini for some reason. It either I don't know how to do it, or I haven't figured it out yet. That's probably more like the case. But if it like was to turn on my face, it would follow my face around. Let me grab that instruction booklet. And we'll get this on the proper base size here. Oh, no hiccups. Don't you even start. They go on 32mm bases, and I just dumped all of... I've got a bunch of 32s in here. Okay, so let me flip this around, because this is actually upside down, and I just now realized that. I need to get a bigger desk. Alright. Get these out of the way. Bring this one back down. Those can chill over there. Double check. That is a 32mm base. Fucking... God, I need a bigger desk. Alright, perfect. A little bit more black. I'm just gonna slap him. I'm gonna slather him with it. I will say the Xenos blade is very interesting to me. Ah. See, my reasons for a laptop is to more do editing work on while I'm sitting in a tractor just waiting. Because, I mean, if I could work on a thumbnail every 5 minutes out of the day, I would for sure have streaming thumbnails. But I don't like, oh, how did I just forget the name of the brand? Biggest Photoshop. Who owns Photoshop? I don't like Adobe's model of, yeah, pay us every month. Pay us like $30 every month. Otherwise you don't get the software. It's all like, fuck you guys. I don't want to pay $30 for a software I'm going to use like 3 times a month initially. Okay, that's perfect. Now the question is, am I gonna, yeah, I'm gonna use that. That'll go so well. So I need my glue. And when I say I'm getting a laptop, I'm getting like the basic of basic laptops. It can run editing software and it can run, what did I get instead of Photoshop? What is the name of the product? Affinity Photo 2. It looks professional, but I'm gonna have to learn I'm gonna have to learn how to do it. I don't know how to do any Photoshop at all. Hence the reason why, like, my thumbnails, have I tried CapCut? So I have an editing software that I use, that I'm super used to. It is DaVinci, and it's free entirely. And I really like it. It doesn't have a whole bunch of bells and whistles, but I don't necessarily need a bunch of bells and whistles. What is it? DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is what I use for editing software. But no, doing thumbnails is going to be the part where I've got to actually learn how to sit and make a thumbnail, figure out what's attention grabbing. So like for this instance, before having any of these minis painted, I probably would have just used box art for a thumbnail. And now that one of these minis is painted, and if I can actually get some of the stuff done and get a good picture of it, then I'll put it in. I would put it into the thumbnail instead. But again, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing when I started this. I never really wanted to make YouTube videos or anything like this, or live stream or anything, but I love this. I just fell in love with the hobby, and I'm like, you know what? I know everybody else probably was very nervous painting their first mini. I don't want them to feel that way, so I'm going to show them all my painting stuff. And that's how this YouTube channel came to be. Never initially wanted to do it, not even like in high school or anything. I'm just like, you know what? I like this hobby so much that I'm gonna make YouTube videos on it. And I think that was after painting, I want to say I was 8 minis in that I had fully painted before I started really making YouTube videos. All right. Let's see if I can get away without flipping this over by accident. I always like to sprinkle extra on top. If it'll actually sink, that's what I've got an even better idea. Oh, my camera's centered. It's my mat that's not. Or not centered, but squared. So, let me double check hands, make sure there's no glue on them. This is pretty much the finished mini. God, the fact that I was able to base paint it black is 90% of the work, all right? That makes it so much easier. I'm gonna leave these wear spots right here because it does look like a nice little edge highlight along with the little edge highlight up there on the belt. I don't like to have a bunch of rub down spots, but a small one here or there, I've got no problem with. It just makes it look lived in. Ooh, I forgot to do, I wanted to do a touch of silver. Or not silver, but lead belcher. On these little circle pieces. You know what, we'll do a touch of lead belcher. We'll do a touch of red. I don't know how the fuck I did that without messing it up. And our base should be ready. So I'm using the same bases as my Necron because it just makes sense. Thematically, it makes sense because my Necron that are in this kill team, the Necron that are in the kill team, I will also have the same base as well for them. Okay, so I have a question. Do people actually do different style bases for an army? Or am I correct in saying that most people don't like that, so they just stick to one base style? Super glue. There it is. Because honestly, I would rather stick to the same base style, even if initially I'm like, well, this base style doesn't look good. I'd rather be like, you know what? I painted 8 minis like that. I'm not changing the base of the minis now. That's perfect. Oh, how's it going, JJ? Actually, just finishing up this mini. Just letting the super glue sit right now. God, the new lighting setup hopefully is going to be so much better. Oh, I do have a rock. Okay, we're gonna paint a black rock. It's not really a rock, it's just corkboard, but still. Or it's not corkboard, it's just a cork, like a piece of a cork. Hey, we don't talk about how many complete armies we have, alright? I only have, well, if you want to be technical, I only have 1 complete army. I don't have a full painted kill team. Yeah, because Astra Militarum requires a huge amount of, like, minis to have a fully painted army. Super glue. The basing material, I like it better than the original plan. So, the original plan, and this did not work out, was my Necrons were gonna wake up on like a world on like a volcanic world, and I grabbed some of this stuff. There's a reason why there's dust on it. I used it once, and it never cracked. It never did anything. I did as the instructions did, and it didn't do any crackle effect or nothing, and I was bummed out. And I knew I wanted to have ash on the planet, so I used the exact same company, because this is supposed to be like a nuked world or something that they're waking up, that my Necron wake up on. So I saw this, and I'm like, you know, that would be about the best I can get for ash. So that's why I chose to use it. But then the rocks will also be painted black, but I need to super glue those down first. But I mean, I'd buy more. I won't say I wouldn't buy more. Okay, I pushed a little too hard, and clearly that's not all dry yet. Okay, he's getting 1 rock. If I remember right, the volcanic texture was only like a couple bucks. It wasn't anything. It's not like I spent $20 on it. If I would have spent $20 on it and it did what it did, I'd have been pissed. It's just whatever. But I did, like I said, I do like their urban medium dirt to use as like ash. So it was a nice surprise fallback plan. I should probably keep it in frame here. And paint the rock, and then this mini is done. I'm gonna need more black paint on it. Yeah, I'm gonna. I've still gotta, still gotta try to learn how to do some of that Photoshop software, or not Photoshop, but I'm gonna call it Photoshop. Just know I'm not talking about actually doing Photoshop with the software. I will say, when I started doing videos and stuff, I did originally use Adobe, what is it, Premiere Pro, and I was just like, you know what, I don't understand 90% of the stuff that it's like got the opportunity for me to use, so I'm just gonna choose a different software, and I've been happy with the software I use now. I'm so sick of this fucking heat. Oh. I'll check them out. Oh. Actually, hold on. Before I forget about it, I'll copy paste it into Google. And I'll definitely check them out. Because I always do when I had more basic material stuff. Because the channel giveaway is a big Titus. And if I can do a base for him, then I'll send the mini, well, the mini, quote unquote, out along with a base that's already pre-made. But no, the anniversary giveaway, I said I'd give away a mini that's like been scaled up and 3D printed to my standard, which is incredibly high. And I have a Deathwatch Titus STL file that I plan on 3D printing. Man, I never figured I was going to put this much effort into painting a rock. I put a lot of effort into this. Not just a boulder, it's a rock. Okay. Stop. Ugh. YouTube just went and switched background music on me. All right. Other than the let me see if I need to repaint this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint that. I would rather have it white so I can actually do proper writing on it. Other than, well, actually nothing. He's done. Other than the base needing to dry a touch. Oh, I need a touch of lead belcher on his power weapon. His mace. It's a mace. I forgot what it was called for a second there. I'm gonna call this mini done. So let's get the lighting on him correctly. He looks, I'm super happy with it. His shield is, he's blocking the light with his shield. The insignia, it needs a touch up. Hold on. Let me see if I can add a touch more yellow paint to it on that bottom right part of that scythe. Because I still see a lot of orange personally when I'm looking at it. Man, I feel bad for Imperial Fist painters. Yellow is a giant pain to deal with. And right there's the reason why it spills out. Just when I thought I was going to be done. I was originally planning on stopping at 10, and we're running almost 10:30 now. Black. Touch this up. No. Why do you do this to me? Why must I suffer? All right. Next time, I'm just doing it the way I normally do it, and I am super gluing my mini to the base, and then I'm doing the basing materials. I don't know why I thought it would be different doing it a different way today. I forget when I base a mini, I'm using regular glue and not super glue, so it's going to actually take some time for that to dry. Let me see if I can fix the tip of my brush and go in there. There we go, I got it. Okay, he's done. Oh, of course the leather turned out like crap. I don't know why I did that. There we go. All right, we're gonna let him chill here. I'm too afraid to pick him up because I'm afraid he's gonna come loose. I'm going to grab a touch bit more of super glue, and I'm gonna throw a little bit underneath his back foot. Okay, apparently I ain't gonna super glue nothing. I'm just gonna put it in the terrain. And if I got to, I'll paint a little bit of black over it or under it. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Do I? Nope, we'll just let it dry. I'm not going to risk it. He looks too good. Everything's come together really well. I'll do the lettering on that another day. But yes, that is 1 out of 10 down. The Xenos Blade Sergeant, whatever he's supposed to be. The Bladesman is the next one. Actually, scratch that. He's not going to be the next one because I have a whitewash coming that I want to use on this. And it's not going to be here till Thursday. So we will probably do the heavy boy. This is the other one I was super excited about. It's because I do like the combi heavy bolter and flamer mashup. And the fact that you get to use one or the other. So no, I'm pretty hyped on this one. But tomorrow, if I can stream, this guy will be over there in the latest mini cam. And we'll work on this guy. So thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate it. Hopefully tomorrow I can get an earlier start. No jump scares today, thankfully. I have not had a heart attack today. So we're all good there. And I'm going to continue to try to work on my Angron voice for another stream alert. So we'll see how well that goes. I might not have much of a voice tomorrow because doing like pre-demon Angron fucks with my voice, but like if I do demon Angron, it doesn't really hurt that much. So, and I got to also figure out a quote from Demon Angron. I'm pretty sure when he's fighting on Terra, it's like at one of the final gates, there's a part where he's all like, you could choose to surrender or you can choose to die. And then I'm just going to voice over that, and then I'll make it like a donation alert. I do know the Courage and Honor speech will be a $12 donation alert because it's the 12th Legion. Might as well make it 12. So that's going to be it for me tonight. I will hit you with the end screen for a little for a minute while I finish up. Where's my mouse? There we go. So, like I said, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. It's going to depend on work. I really hope I get a chance to, but if not, shit, Vale. You just came at the very end. Here, you know what? I will move him over there. Hold on. Let me take these two guys off. And I'm going to gently move him over there. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. I centered him perfectly and everything. Oh. Oh. So, like I said, if there's not going to be a stream tomorrow, I am going to go back into yesterday's stream, make a little highlight video of all the jump scares, and go from there. So, thank you all for watching and stopping by. Your time, I do appreciate you spending your time here. And I'll either see you guys tomorrow or there will be a video that goes up tomorrow. Oh, it won't go up tomorrow. If I edit it tomorrow night, if I work on it tonight though, it might. I don't know. Maybe there's a video tomorrow, maybe not. Well, it just depends if I edit tonight. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow on another live stream where we can paint the heavy boy. So we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.